Yes, it's long as this is a really special one. It's not going to pay. Don't call if you cheat. Are you fugitive? Are you activist, freedom fighter, businessman? You know, a progressive and a great parent who supported, you know, and mother and husband and a friend. And someone who really knows how to open his ears and listen to ideas of young people. Because you hardly find this from the older generation, because they know everything and they're not willing to open space and hear. Yeah. Okay. We have a fluid generation.
You know, to try to come to denial. No, I'm 65, but I identify as 20 years old. Yes.
So essentially, Khusta Jack, who is, you know, a great asset to the city and to the country as a whole. You know,
oh, thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
And also for your trouble, you know, last week we wanted to shoot, we couldn't because Ishko. Yeah.
I wish it was your problem.
Unfortunately, it wasn't.
There's nothing we could do.
Yeah.
You know, so siyayibulela lento indoba uzinike ithuba uze xa ufika kusenzeka lento and say you're going to come back, and asakwazi ushuta completely last week, but you're here today. It shows your caliber and the type of person that you are. So we are grateful.
Thanks so much. Definitely.
Khusta, being born.
Okay.
Whatever it is. Please.
Welcome to another one, and it's another epic edition. It's a special one.
Truly special.
Okay. She's been disputing
special
the episode.
Yeah.
It's the only time that she agrees that this is a special one.
Because my great friend and father is here. It's amazing. So I'm excited.
I suspect I want to be like I do. That go poetic soul.
Gatekeeper.
Whoa, guys, did you shut up, Dr. Nandi? Pardon.
Now, Khusta, as was the podcast, Khusta full present podcast.
Yes.
Guys, I can't.
So this is Yake Mavulak Valiwe. I'm not flying solo. I have a certified gatekeeper.
Welcome to it.
Teaser.
Wagala kakhulu bro because I think
Around
wawufela
94.
kaloku 2000
Bro, Khusta, you have a very, story sakho skibby and sine layers. Being born in a farm, how was that like?
At the beginning, I mean, when I grew up, I mean, I saw nothing wrong. It was okay. First of all, what do you call it? Umfino. You know, umtubi. I don't know whether you know that umtubi is. It's
for the milk.
Yeah, wow, it's a good, nice food. And at that time, it was tough because even flour, maybe about 10 years. Actually, even 10. Maybe that'd be nice. You 15.
Yo, you're done.
It's, you know, how Pino Bomi, you don't know anything better. You know, you are happy. I'm warning you wrong.
Yes.
Up until that's what happened with me. Otherwise, I thought everything was fine.
Good.
Yeah.
How did you find yourself in PE?
There was this thing. By the way, this was food. There's an app by default. Ibhayi ndandiloyika njengomuntu wonke because uthetha ngotsotsi imiguvela imigulubuthu yonke loo nto leyo nokuphatheka kakubi abantu abasuka ezifama so mna ngalaa nyaka ke ndandiaplayishele engqushwa apho ndandizawuya khona ndiyofunda esinareni ndandizawukaphula izikeyi andiyazi uyayazi akuyazi na hayi ke
Simthemba kakhulu.
Record. Khusta simenya xa ebalekile. Break a record. Ngesixhosa kuthiwa police K. Yeah. So that's umuntu oqala effectively. I'm going to be a pioneer in my family and from that community. Kuba ndibheke esinaleni.
Okay.
So after esinaleni boarding school.
Into enkulu le.
Yayinto enkulu but into eyenzekayo ke utamkhulu wami was opposed to into abantu ofunda engqushwa akuva. Wathi no wayishopa yonke loo nto yalomfundo leyo wayezange ayikhathalele uba whatever it means qha ukuthi lo mntana akanawuya engqushwa awasengqushwa kona amagqwirha soze amphosa njengobalapha engamagangxa nje emphosa lo mntana soze uyawufela athi amaxhosa uyawufuhlaza you it's scary. So now I couldn't question all because the kule kulo meko kuthethwa ngezinto ezizothakatha nento. So I was just shocked but xa ke ndaziromolela indlela ke yoba mandize eBhayi against my will. Not something that I wanted. Ndandiloyika nyani iBhayi.
IBhayi lafika labutshintsha ubomi bakho.
Labutshintsha nyani. Kodwa Khusta ngabantu balapha.
Okay.
So Khusta usafika.
Kaloku ufika kwami kwathiwa mkhuseli abo ke abaziqondayo banomdlana wami basebenzise igama kaKhusta which was strange to me ngathi ndanciba ndiyathukwa yabo because I did not like it. I didn't understand what it is. But ke into yalapha kwathiwa Khusta ndabona ke nabanye yabe ke ngoku into eyenziwayo umuntu wonke.
Where does the yes, you transition, you move from a farmer uzongena eBhayi. Where does the activism come from? Uqale kwapha efarmer uba ngumuntu othi hayi andifuni mina ndiyafuna hayi abafuni nabanye bonke yabona lalo okanye into ozoyibamba apha eBhayi realizing that man from a farmer to apha kukho into endizibhaqayo uba abantu abamnyama baphili kamandi ngoku what
no leyo into kaloku mandithi into zobu activism okanye into yobu activism lento echaza uba i-activism ndizodibana naye apha edolophini. Not on the farms.
Sure.
Okay. This farm, no. I didn't know that. But into eyenzekileyo kum emve yoba sigxothiwe efama yabo sigaba sixelelwe into masiphume kuthi kusangomso kungekho nomcondo wethu apha kwifama
Nani kuphuma phela?
yes efameni lesithina okoko mna as I was growing ndikwinto yoba ngumzi wasekhaya lo ngumhlaba wethu lo nentutu akho kwanto neentsomi namabali esiwabaliselayo akudala ethu asalatha basingabantu balapha kho loo nto apha singobantu balapha. So all of a sudden kwakhubeka umfama wasixeba ngomso kusasa ndinika linge kuseni lapha. So kwabotshwa iinqwabi zenkomo unqwelo yonke bekwa yonke into yethu iinkukhu nehagu phezu kwenqwelo yonke lo le safuthanisela kuloo nqwelo saqabela ke sihambe sayofihlwa endlini kamalume wethu. Indlu kamalume wethu ke unabantwana abayi-6 yena kuqala thina sibayi-8 and ngoku phaya siyoba yilokishi phaya ngokutsho kwabelungu. Ilokishi imizi yakhe kuzawubiwa into zakhe so ngoku phaya endlini kwathiwa masihlale pha kungaphumi wonke umntana ngexesha elinye uzawuphuma abayi-4 ukwenza uba kungatsali umjojo basilapha. So kudlala abantu abayi-4 ngexesha kufuneka bangene abayi-4 phinde kuphuma abanye. But loo nto leyo ke amehlo am avuleka ngolo hloba kukho ingxaki. I don't know uba yintoni na but ngethamsanqa later on ke laa nto leya amagama ebesiwasebenzisa kukulunga ubulungisa ukwenza into ngendlela e-right meaning that but mna ndabona uba no yintswela bulungisa le isehleleyo. If uzawuthi ke ndiqale ngaloo mini ngoko ukunantsika uba ngathi but usukela ngoko at 6 years old up to ndade ndazofika apha edolophini honestly andinawubanga into yobana yonke ke into endayenzayo ngelo xesha yes xa uyijonga namhlanje ungayitolika as uba i-activism but yayingeyo-activism from me yayinto nje yoba oversensitive to into bullying. Swela bulungisa andikhale noba ngumlungu ligxudulule umlungu. I was the one who would pick up the fight even though I was the weakest amongst the boys because that asthmatic yabo but ngoyena mntu ready for ulwa okanye uphaya umlo and then create a problem. Yeah, that was
So do you remember the first time you sitting in a organized or formalized political meeting?
Oh yes, yeah, kulapha yena sika first of all kaloku ngenye imini ngo-75 kudlalwa irugby nge-21st March kudlalwa irugby eWilson Stadium ndiyobukela phaa. Kuthi ngumntu ongaka okhwazayo indoda leyo umeleleyo emnyama eneendiva ezingaka you know a very strong man enevoice enkulu inyukisehla isihamba phaya ihambisa amaphepha ithetha ndiyirhorhozele le ndoda xa ndiyimamela ndive lo mntu uthetha ngepolitics yabona ubiza amagama epolitics neentuntunu kanti ngumokicekisane lo usandawunikwa imoga yes yeah kaluthuli. So ndarhorhozela kanti uthetha ngenantsika ngezehlo zikasesharpville ekhalaza echazela woke umntu enikezela ipamphlet. So ndayibamba laa pamphlet ndayifunda. Then that was really one of the first thing endaqalayo uba ndibe kanti ke ndizawukwazi uba nomdla in a formal way.
Big detail ke ngokuqomba ngokuhleli wedwa khoma comrade akho ntoni nguwe wedwa ulapha kwesisele naba belungu bayakuthotsharisha zange bekhona ukuthi hayi mna sike ndiyeke le nto mna nditsibe icingo ndihambe driver kwezinye indawo because ngelaa xesha mos sebekhona abantu abase-exile xa bethethwe babona uba kumnandi phaa kubo in a way.
No, I won't agree uba kwakumnandi kubo at that time and we didn't have that in mind.
Okay.
Okokuqala umna uqala uyabona fana ubanjiwe bekwakho into abazenzayo njengoba silapha kule ndlu sonke sabanjwa sonke basisefe ke ngoku yabo ngokwabo sikhambe aba sonke besithetha sigxeka wonke umuntu uparticipate yabo nto hayi apartheid imbi to but abelungu bayakwazi into ba xa besisafety yabo babona okay lo umdlungu ogxekayo lona masimkhuphe lona goduke xa simwonishe bamoyikise yabo jonga wena toto uyayetrongo njengomandela toto stay away ungaphinde usondele kwaba bantu yabo benze zonto ezo then bade bafike kwaba baqondayo babathi kakade licizela abantu irongo lento lena kakade lisuke ezifama I know andiva ngalo mntu lona bathe kumndive ngawe no kukho inansika uba sicizele ndithi no andiva ngawo mna I know it because isuke efama I know ukwenzeka into ethile nethile then ke wena ke nawe bazame still ukucenga ba no man ube wrong lo muntu besenza lonto that is just that thing it's not real urhulumente is good right land uthixo uyidale ngohlobo abantu abamnyama bengapha bayicikozele ngezibhalo njalo ekuqaleni nenziwa lonto leyo yabo and then ikhambi noba nigciniwe nizikhululwe kwakhona ixela ba no you can go your own way asizuleqa sizakuyeka nezo but ngelinye ixesha kabanye like omthina ke from day one uyasiftwa ngoko nangokuqola sawudishala nawe because unenkani and uyayazi lento uyifunayo ungamabuma abanye abantu kwabasike babuye umva bayayeka yabo akabethwa nobethwa ngoko yabo ingene ke ngokucimbi wobethwa hayi ke by that time mentally so uxelele you see into kobana umna soze dijikwe ngaba bantu ndiyayazi le nto yabo uyilanto ke okuyi-conviction once ube ne-conviction no amount of torture can do anything to you bakutorturisa bancame bona bava ubuhlungu ukuba bekutorturisha because you will never give in.
Tell me about the influence katatu Panipichana and usapho lwakhe in terms of your political awakening and England where was shaper ngayo moving forward.
Well, ubulibani kaloku yena sizothi gcinaye later on. Njengoba ke ngoku siye siqokelela information ifumaneka ne especially after 1976 ubulibani ke wabonakala kuthi yabona because sebegxothwa mosezikolweni ngoku and sabe ke ngoku nathi sikhangela nee-heroes yabona within the struggle zimbalwa zingobani ke kwelibhali likhulu kangaka yabo so then ubafumana abantu abanjengomaqhina abantu abanjengabanye baninzi ne abantu abathethayo nabaviwayo and then ke uzame ke ukusondela kubo nobabukela nje abanye asibaqhela kasikabaqheli yabo bakude kuthi but uzama ulandela umaqhina yasasimlandela ngeplay zakhe and then abanye abantu ubave kwintetho abazenzayo in public yabo njengabefundisi nentonto then slowly ke uyabuilda inansika lana so ubulibani yena happens to be lucky ndaba nelaka because wayestandisha ilaw and ilaw ilela ndancima zayenza ngelaa xesha and yile African ndifuna uba yiyo ngento yonke ukubone uba he wasn't drinking, he wasn't tontoni engelonxila engathini engengomuntu uhamba indawo ezirong so naturally ke ngokumuntu onjalo uyatsaleka kuye yabo so wabeke ngethamsanqa kum ekufuphi phaa endihlala khona naseXomiya Street yena
So this is around 76.
Around 76.
Just to understand, when were those consumer boycotts?
No, that's later on. I go
the 80s.
The 80s. I'm already now a fully established activist movement, a fully blown that is known by all activists in the country by 1980.
Okay.
So,
but I wasn't known by anyone.
Okay. So your first formal involvement, the South African Students Movement.
Yeah. Yayikhona isazim ne isazim was very radical iyafana nesaso but it was even more nesaso ngokucatshukelwa ngamabhulu yabo isaso niyayazi mosiba yayilena ise-university.
Yes.
Oh, yayilena yase-students ezi-university. Then kwabakho ke ngoku lena ifuna ukwenziwa for inantsika i-high school. Yaba yi-city isazi. So yona yenzeka at the time when I'm recruited to it. But doyika that no kanime. Isazi liyabulalisa. Iyabethisa. Uyabethwa for yonke lento uyithela but isazi udlalela kusazi ingozi. Ngeyama-chunkies yosiphiwo mthimkhulu ovusa imatikinca nabanye abantu were really sekudala ke bona. Yes, lo
Okay.
yaphelela istori sikasiphiwo.
Yayizozo radicals zinjalo ke zona babebona nabanye noSipho Pityana babesele bona be-advance kakhulu. Hayi ke bona babekayoyika isazi behamba ngezifuba bathi kakade ndiyiya. But I was not at that stage. Ndiyarikuthiwa izandi ndakanibenza ndoda ndizisukele ezifaba andifuni ukele ina. So but uSiphiwo Mthimkhulu kaloku yena ubanjwe ngoku 1981. And then kwakulungiselelwa ukuphikisana nenantsika nalento sithi yintoni i-Republic Celebration yamabhulu. Amabhulu ayezawubhiyozela i-20 years. I-Republic ayenza ngo-1961. Yabo. So kenza amalungiselelo uba kuzawubhiyozwa across the country. Then abantu aba-conscious nathi bathi no ayinawucelebrate i-20 years yembandezelo nengcinezelo yabantu abamnyama. Therefore we must oppose it.
Okay.
So ke uSiphiwo Mthimkhulu nabanye babandakanyeka babezinkokheli zalapha apha eBhayi. So mna ke clear into ndandingekho kwi-planning yayo but ndandisetyenziselwa nje uba ndizoba sisithethi xa kuthe for umobilize abantu xa bekhona bazaba khona but I will speak there and so on and so on. So nabanjwa ngamabhulu ke in advance before that day. Actually ndabanjwa ndibheke emculweni eMonti. Xa ndiphuma emnyango ndiphethe isuitcase zam ndihamba nesikolo le but ndizawubuya before the 31st ndibe lapha sendivumile ba but not too many people kuzwe nje kwathiwa kuthetha phaya that okay fine that is look guys I can't be involved because ndihamba nekwayara ndiyeMonti. Kwathi okay ke uzawubuya uyafika ngexesha okay na ababhulani xa ndiphume egeyithini athi gqa ndithi asa khwesi aeroplane ndithi kaloku ndibheka yenasike eMonti kwikwaya yomculo.
At this time uyi-chairperson ye-Port Elizabeth Student Committee.
No, ngelo xesha ndikwinantsika on the whole ndikwi-student Christian movement but ngoku ndivela kwixesha elide etrongweni yabona from iPesco ne.
Okay,
ngo-80 besibanjelwe le boycott ye-students sebendiyilidisha kunye nezinye iinkokheli. So ngoku sibuyile etrongweni. So mna ngelam ngoku ndiqonda mandibuyele kwizinto zam ezindizenza ezingazundibambisa yabo like ikwayara nesport neentutulu. Kanti ndizawubanjwa ndabanjwa ke folo. So uSiphiwo Mthimkhulu yena wabanjwa on a Saturday enjani bamdubula phaya and then bambamba and then what he did wayewasuwisha for babembethile yabo or bemdubule baqonda okay ke bona bangamnantsika ngokusetrongweni bamnika i-poison bamnika laa nto kuthiwa yi-thallium. Sisifo inantsika i-poison yayisetyenzisela ubulala inantsika impuku nge-1950s yabhenishwa so bamnika yona then ke yambetha ke waphela amandla yambuyisela neenwele wasiwa eGrooteskuur ngoDr Molly Blackburn nabanye abantu. Wathi xa ebuya ke wathi kuba ehamba kwagqirha eLivingstone bamxhwila bayombulala ngapha kude.
Wafumaneka umzimba wakhe
Later on sizoba ne-idea ngoku ngexesha That's
TRC.
TRC.
I remember that case. It was quite painful too.
Yeah,
because I remember now image endandinayo was inwele zasebhutileni. And
that's where they got.
And I remember just questioning about, is that all there is left of him?
Yes.
It was a painful one to listen to. What did you think of the TRC, as it were?
Well, you know what? Like all the things we were trying to do, siyaze into siqale kakuhle sometimes siyeke sithubile. And as a result, iphele loo nto abantu beshiyeka benemibuzo because you didn't have a plan for its completion, and conclusion. And I think that's where the problem lies with the TRC. TRC, its objective, I fully supported it because it wanted people to come forward and say exactly what happened to them, and the accused to confess or deny, and to allow the people to make a choice whether what do you think. Like I felt when I was asked about what do I think should happen to those people, I said, no, I have nothing that I can say must be done to them, because I felt that I revenged myself against them because the freedom that I was fighting for, which they vowed, they told me to never happen, did happen.
Oh,
so
must now.
Yes.
For long, Johannes.
No, for Univote. Dion Univote. Yeah, that's the one who was. Univote was. We are financially because now we're involved with all the actions of torture, murder, kidnapping, assassination, degradation of people. Yonke into erongo waye involved kuyo. Ungathetha go Sphiwe Mthimba, uthethe go Steve Biko, uthethe go Credo 4, uthethe ge Pepco 3, uthethe ngayo yonke into. He was always there. Yes, he was always there.
Akhona amazwi owakhuphayo kuyo xa uhleli naye uthetha naye kwi-TRC.
No, because kaloku wayehleli phaya, because not a single thing endayithethayo they could deny. Because ngezamini ndandine-memory engummangaliso. Yabo? If you said something, I will remember it and I'll quote it. There's no way you are going to deny it. So with Truth Commission, yonke into endayithethayo, they could not deny a single one of them. It could be collaborated because I've got that gift at that time. Because I take a tape recorder. We can't be sure as we were there.
Yeah. I think I want to fast forward, understanding, the past experiences and what leads you to be Khusta wabahlali, right? And I want to almost compare where we are and where we were, right? Elekba ndingena mhlambe ku YouTube and watch the documentary on the consumer boycotts. There is one question eringa enhlokweni yami. But Khusta wayexelela umbani bajonga wena ilizwe lakho lipowerful. And you will be able to convince these people. And yintoni le yafika engqondweni yakhe ethi, this is how we can paralyze these people. Le nto yenza ba namhlanje singakwazi ukubizana so strongly, because there's been a number of shutdowns in South Africa since probably 2017. Shut down for GPV, for this. We are shut down. Let's close with Clicks, my city, FB because is shut down. We don't know whether it was a success or not because the jury was still out on it. It means engathi iyafuna ukuvuselela that spirit. You don't just shut down that you in the 80s you had, that you had the confidence to sit up and say, and asijiki siyaphambili, we're shutting it all down. Not today. Our shutdowns are not as impactful.
I mean, you can't. No, I'm just thinking. Look, I mean, it wasn't only me quick boycott, which it so hard. Funny enough, I don't know whether you know, that was an idea yabantu abangomama, by the way. Oh yes, it wasn't our idea. No, it wasn't. It was never our idea. Yeah, idea your mama abasebenza in my kitchen, basically. Yeah, and then they badibana bathi no, bathi kuthi no sicebisa lento, yabo. And then kwathiwa ke mna ke mandi process, implement. If you notice, I'm not a theoretician. And my role has never been seen as a theoretician. I've always been viewed as a person, as an implementer.
Practical.
Yeah, throughout. I mean, if you look at every campaign that I've been in, is to get the campaign done. And I work better that way than ube sihlala apha kuchithwa ixesha kutshintshwa namagama lento injena ngokwemfundiso zika Karl Marx nemfundiso zika Lenin nezikabani. No, that counts for nothing. You can know a lot about that, but it doesn't mean you can implement your plan. What matters is you to take a plan and process it with a group of people, and you work that nisebenze ngalo plan, and then niye kule nto nifuna uyenza. So that's what happened there. But okay, the other thing is, how did we manage those days to pull people that way? Irreason was that we've been there. I didn't tell you how I started here ukuthetha to the public, to abantu, because I'm the kind of guy that into endityayo uba kumntu onendlebe ezondimamela ndiza kuyithetha. Andinatshomi mna ekuthi hayi ndizawulida iyakime, then we will talk about it ngemini soze ndidibana loo mntu for ndiyikholele athi ndiyekame mani wena ndinqame ngayeke mani heyi shwa into yam ndiyeke omnye. That's what I did actually. And then over a period of time you do that ixesha elide. So ufika kwethu apha sakhutshwa moseziklasini singabantu abangekho zinasika abangekho mthethweni boba lapha eBhayi. So phakathi kwabantwana you start with umna ndaqala nomlumiso wabantu abayi close to 300 abafana nam abanganazidombuko abanganamaphepha oba lapha edolophini amaphepha amvume. So aba bantu baninzi aba bantu if you can do the same thing over a period of time. So uthi betha ke ngoku 1986 85 sensaziwa ngabantu abaninzi okoba ndingumntu onjani. Can you trust this guy? Into ayithethayo. I mean, over a period from 1975 when I arrived, when I said we are not going to go back to the farms, we don't want to be slaves. I said Africa that is slavetators verbatim, because that's how in the Africans upon Kulakon. Days of slavery are gone. So they tell Africans. So abanye aba for the first time by the days of slavery are gone. So that we can't go back to the farms. I would rather go and rot in prison. Not clear. Yepolitiki, ndakathethela yepolitiki. Ndiyayazi into yoba siyabanjwa for inansika, ndayayazi leyo banjwa ngabantu for uthetha. I wouldn't have joined that anyway, because into endiqhele kubuka kweegusha neenkukhu, and then uyovalelwa okanye mhlawumbi ke nale nto yoba sisoke sibanjelwe ungabi namapasi, leyo into endiyiqhelile. It's not shocking. But eyokuba ke andifuna uphosta ndithi kuthi hayi uba kwakuthiwe Khusta uzawubanjelwa uthetha, are you ready for that? Ngathi hayi kanibeni uyandiva ndithi andizubuyelele efama. That's a practical thing, because efama ndithi ndiya kwislavery, ndiya kubukhoboka, ixesha lomkhoboka liphelile, ndithi I'm not moving. So ndajoyinwa ngabanye abantu. So whenever you can go, when you put your mind into something, ukabantu abakujongileyo kule nto uyenzayo, over time you will yield the results. So by the time come 86 or 85, so it's a long enough time for abantu baku-observile into could they ever listen bakuthembe into oyithethayo ngelo xesha ke. Now today, yes, kukho ii-problems ezininzi ezingeneleleyo ezisiphixanisayo, and khange sibe na-approach ne-plan of dealing with it. Into yokubana xa sikhululeke sayihendlisha njani le nto So zezo nto ke ngoku eziziphiqanisayo safumana ngoko uzukhumbule besonke besilingana. Akho model C schools, akho ntwitheli, noba uligqwetha uhlala nathi apha. Noba uyintoni uhlala nathi apha. And awuzuba yi-MD futhi. Kukho into ongenayo uyawube zizo. Awuzuba ngumantyi apha eBhayi. Forget it umnyama. So sonke sihlala sonke namagqwetha neetishara yonke lo le. So experiences zethu were the same. You were talking to the same people. Ngoku we are so fragmented that it is difficult for you to you will talk. But there will come a time uvele I call it this way, but you will have David of that era. Yeah, every epoch era.
Yes.
Ixesha ngalinye lizivezela uDavid walo. Xana conditions on the ground are permitting. For now, we are shouting to people. People are not listening. Yeah. And it's not unusual. If you remember, you guys, you heard that the other way I was when you piping. I get it. But get choka uyakhumula masunowane uno uye bantwini apha elokishini angena apha esixekweni ayothi abantu hey guys listen here stopani le nto niyenzayo le njengakuku abantu babhizi bayavidiyo uyisha le nto kubhizi wonke umuntu wenzile uthi hey guys some trouble is coming hey kame no wafundi yinto uthetha ngasi athi no kuzawunetha tyhini iqale nini imvula nafundi hayi kame man kasiyeke we want so uya ngapha angene ngapha phume ngapha uyaphoqa. But ultimately it happened. So abantu always are like that. That is why Obo Steve Biko, when they came with their black consciousness movement, but let us build a consciousness in the mind of our people.
Yes.
And then kuphele ezizinto zonga understand izinto. Say heighten say awareness yabo. Once they have the awareness and the consciousness, then these people will rise. So what we reap now is what was planted by these guys.
Yes.
So Zukumbule, when the Abelungu managed to frighten our society, abazali bethu in our generation, the most respected leaders of the modern time, started dang, one by one, ezinye bazibaleka kwafuneka ziye elubhacweni uolifa thambo and so on. So that traumatized abantu bethu. So for you now to re-pick them up, klasa spirit babenaso in the 60s, you had to take time.
Recondition.
That's what they did, yeah. So we're reaping those benefits. I mean, this was the same thing with the trade union movement, with the civic movement, with every movement as they developed as time goes. It was emanating from the teachings of that black consciousness movement.
I know this is the opposition Bisandovala. I think any question, do you think Le Bisandovala shut down? Yeah, it was led by your opposition, EFF, but it was speaking to the whole Islanders face on Luo. Do you think what happened on the 20th of March 2023 was effective? It got people to listen, and Kubekona is the best implemented. You are closer to the planning of the city and the country and whatnot. Actually,
no, look, I mean, the EFF ibethwe ilanto iglut, abundance, abundance of publicity.
Okay.
As you know, any commodity, or any commodity meaning that a useful thing, yeah, any commodity, if there is an oversupply of it, it devalues. You lose the value that you will have if you have a measured, well-controlled access for the value of it. EFF, no organization in South Africa, and I'm sure even in the world, have a campaign, if money publicity, EFF. Nowhere. I have watched campaign over the years. Nowhere. Tina, what we did, we have never appeared once on television.
Yes.
To say, not even to say, fill the denkreke to the rafters. It won't appear on television. When we planned it, there was no way, but we did that. But they have hours and hours and hours and hours of publicity. Then ibe lando ukuthi inkwenkwe ithi ncuka nathi ncuka nithi intoni wolf cry abantu bade bangakholelwa. That's what happened. That's why that thing was effectively a flop. The message was great, what they wanted to achieve, but I think they didn't measure inansika use ye media.
Yes.
Yalidishela saturation. That saturation is what drained the price or the value of what they wanted to do. The crowds that they were expected to attract.
I like that. I mean, I've always thought and believed that you are a very charismatic person. And I like how you, we also know you. And I think, so I think that and we also know you as a businessman, of course. So in a way that we can easily understand these terms. And I think, as you said, you are more of a practical person than a talker. And I would summarize it and say,
yes, yeah.
And that's according to you guys and the associate in the comments.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. So I do believe now that cinema, right? You galvanize abantu, right? As you say, we're looking at too many issues right now. I've got the resources to do that. Whereas so low business experience load shedding at a time, so I don't relate. Because scales back then no no posi bonke and they discuss about sitting moving forward. I don't know what needs to happen for us to get to the place where we find the great equalizer again. I think that's the thing.
Like I say, we will get a person, but we can't sit him against person. No. How do we know who's that person going to be? That person is going to come out of our Makoyo. But also another thing, Gucci, when you point a direction, abantu tend to say, wait a minute. So, now, uzaba khona umuntu ozaba yilida yamanyanyani, not lento sikhoyo ngokurise go nansika ngobukhwatha nokuthetha inflammatory statement. For example, abantu are expected into yoba bayanconywa abantu ngoku uba ngabe umuntu uthetha racism against abantu abamhlophe. Yabo? Uyanconywa, right? You can say anything, right? How can you be right when the basic principles of the struggle and the constitution of the country calls for a non-racial society? Non-racialism, you are saying we are all equal. And that's what we were told from the beginning. Now, all of a sudden, my hero, when he uses it's because you're wrong because no, it's not going to be like that. Wrong. You can tell me straight away, Newcastle. You will say, Khusta, you are wrong. And you can show me when you're wrong. It has nothing to do with my color. For example, now look at the problems that we have. We are killing our people. The truth is that most of the people who are killing our people are our own people. Whatever you say, it's our own people. Poverty. Yes, it is poverty, but poverty has no copyrights in poverty in South Africa.
Yes.
Poverty is everywhere in the world. Poverty, there are actually, if you are a person who has traveled like I have done, and I've been to so many countries in the world to go and see for myself, I've seen poverty that when even I walk in a place, because I'm not sensitive to amavumba, weak, you know, I won't tell you when you look in an African country, and then that faint up, I was brave. I come on the poverty. I know poverty. I grew up. It was just something I could have never seen in my life. You know? So we are going to get a band out of us. Not from anywhere else. We're going to drive us to the right direction. This is what I'm saying.
That's why
well, yeah, but that is very, very strange because, I mean, to say that, it means that you don't understand the human nature. You don't know ukuthi le nto racism isuka phi. And yadrilwa ukuthi human being are human being. That is why the United Nations and the world declared South Africa a crime against humanity.
Yes,
because who discriminate on the grounds of color. In South Africa, reason had nothing to do with we were poor, we were being oppressed, we were being exploited. It had everything to do with Ihlabathi cannot understand you can discriminate simple. If my skin is black, that's what I have, no matter what, andinakwazi change. But Khusta uyashusha aginise ngemoto endleleni abulala abantu, he can change his behavior. And then you can deal with me because that's something I can change the behavior I am in that regard. But you can't change. That is what we were told. Racism.
Yes.
But you can't do that. And by convince America, all the world Security Council racism South Africa, not exploitation exploiter everywhere. That's not the issue. But the issue was abantu all over the world cannot understand, but you got it because I cannot help it. I cannot make myself talk. It's as simple as that.
Khusta, we attain what we termed and understand as freedom, and then you decided to not partake in politics anymore. What informed that decision? Because according to me, as someone who was fought and was being jailed and detained for this thing and tortured for this thing, I would want to see that person hands-on and working to steer a country towards a certain direction. What did you then say? I'm joining a business.
No, first of all, this is how to somebody pull back with politics after 1990. Before that, and I was the last one to be released. By 5, I think, the hymn, no Stone Season, no Chola Macapella. I can't remember, man. Then, Sasi facing an endo up, we were going to Sasi accuse one a treason. Now, it treason, Yelena Bukonya. So, I think I go Mama Bulu to make matters worse for me. Play game, they're gonna make sure that you don't let come for with justice. That wasn't going to happen. Again, we case here Delmas.
Okay.
Abantu payabandi goma 26 years, no 25 years. Atama bulu I am back a case by. Ngoku yaba ndim oselayinini for the next one. Nali neetshomi zam. Kuthiwa le yethu icase ayizondazika. So when everybody else bakhululwa sahlala phaya. Kumane kho le nto yoba ke sizayovela kule. So by that time, you won't believe this, ne? Damane ke phaya etrongweni. Mna andamntana ngaphandle. Andina ntoni. Ndizawugwetywa mhlawumbi izinto endizicingayo ezi ndiyathetha neetshomi zam mna ke ngoku izawuthiwa le nto sandisoze impela abantwana. Okay, wenza i-calculation. Okay, balababhulane aniyabe nenceba ke because noMandela mos bafuna begwetywe intambo ngelaka ke bagwetywa ilife. So sisebenza ke ngezo options ucinga ezo nto ezo precedents yabo zoba hayi okay noba but uba sinansikile asigwebile intambo then sizoxhonywa immediately. So uyaciba kuna legacy uzayishiya nantoni umlake ngoku ndithi phangapha kuthiwa yo besikuxelele le meko sikuyo you must have children. Did you know? But I couldn't. Oh, now I'm going to this soul because I won't have a child, I won't have anything when I get home. And then another option, hey, a better mhlawumbi 25 years high. Nizawufika nani mhlawumbi nilwe nisikhulule ke ndizawuphuma mhlawumbi ndina 75 ndiyacinga yo ndiyadibanisa kule minyaka yakho ukuthi hey zabakwazi ukuba nabantwana ndina 75 ube khona amajita kapha kwalapha ukuthi azazi izinto ezahayi uzakwenza into ethile njani man because you can't uzamkhusa njani umntana hey all those things, you know, every day they are sitting in your mind because we are facing the last hurdle. But there's a so before sikhutshwe ke ne kwabakho invitation evela kuMandela. uMandela kwitrongo yakhe nathi sikweyethu bamasiyombona ngelaka ke kwabakho I won't say ngelaka but yeah, it's problematic loo nto leyo nje in those days. But kodwa ke Mandela was pushing this new thing esingayazi yoba uzakwenzwa loo nto uphume esitrongweni yakho uyobona imanje abanye etrongo unprecedented but yoyikeka lento but anyway
nibizwa nguye nyhani na
hayi sibizwa nguye so ngelaka ngokusho kwakhe kuMandela wathi hayi OR uthe bakalungisele nansika le list yabantu abafuna ukubabona ba hayi ke sathi saphuka ke ndibasa lento because what happened when we were there with him, just to cut the long story short, saya ke xa sesigapha nafika phaya xa sigqiba uthetha that kuye job that leader, president, whatever you call him, the day you leave this prison umna and get out of politics and fube binde itime kwi-politics yabo oh isuka wathi no I'm talking nonsense don't yabo yani ke oh nathi also I will put up the biggest political rally in South Africa which will never be matched by anyone to welcome you. If that is done, I'm not going to have any rebellion, you know? So ke nyani ke dayenza ke loo nto ke nyani. I put up, you can look at that crowd. No crowd has ever in this country been close to that. Yes. Where you had up close to 1 million people in one place. Yeah. So after that is the nail. And then I retreated. I wanted, by the way, I wasn't going because that thing I had no doubt about leaders even wrong. That was not in my mind.
Yes.
I trusted them, the people that I fought with. That in the short it was a paradise because that's what we have been talking about, what we are going to get. So so I didn't need to be there. It's a job of other people who can just see to it that yes. So the move. I didn't waste time actually. That kind of I tell them ngabe ke ngolo hlobo ndiphile ngelam ndinenkolo yento ngoba elilizwe izabayela paradise besiyilwela. So I will never need anything. I don't need to be. That's how I view it.
Yes.
Yeah, at the time.
Yes.
And I think looking at I mean, I got to know you through the new Afro teens. That's when I started to know about Khusta kakhulu.
Yeah.
One of the artistic circles, so I think that time of you being off of politics also allowed you to come back into Khusta Jack and dedicate your time to the other roles you've been invited to be on earth for, which is fatherhood as well, just taking care of your family now. And I would think, Mhlambi, coming from prison, being fearful of the fact that coming out to create Abu Bandwan, you wanted to then also take the time to nurture them. Yeah. And you did well.
Yes.
Let me just say, you did well. One of the few fathers who was just willing to mingle with all of us, motivate all of us, push your children, almost as if you understood that Lendo, whether these children going forward might have as a career or not.
Yeah.
But it's important for the shaping of the human being. And I think but I do want to commend you on your great fatherhood, not only over abantwana bakho, but over abantwana besixeko. I think it's something you couldn't avoid because so even when you've decided, I'm not in politics, but you still had it in your mind that I'm still part of a community of people, and I will give of myself, that I can give of myself. So well done on that. But I want to come to your, before Sifika even we aim Khusta.
Yeah.
I want to speak to, I don't know, it's the way that you are, your accessibility to people. You know, kuzawuthiwa ubrand muswelekile nangu Khusta camera service nangu Khusta ngabe abantwana bendawo ethile basokola nethile nangu Khusta uyafika nesoup nangu yebala lanto uWinston uwile nangu Khusta ufika qala nangu Khusta uhamba last all the time. Today you're a deputy mayor of the city, but asiphosa ukubona ezindaweni ezinabahlali. What do you think it is about you? When you were in business, you were like that. When now you are back in governance, you are like that. It's because new levels, new devils. You know, and also as you rise higher, you have to take a triangle. You will know fewer people. You can't be too accessible. But you seem to be able to master that thing of, there's a charisma about you. You seem to be able to master this thing of us all playing at the palm of your hand and be able to come and be one with us without being, hey, now you must call me. Meaning you're still saying, how do you master that kind of accessibility, friendliness, and just authentic naturedness? How do you just master that and not be scared? But you're still everywhere.
You know, that I know it helps me. And who talking about? Dabazi, andabazi, bathetha ntoni, le nto bayithethayo, for as long as they allow me ukuba ndimamele bandifuna umamela, ndithethe bandifuneka ndithethile, I can stay with them the whole day. And I always make lo mzekelo wento yoba enye into funny about me is that abantu abangayazi into yoba I don't have le nto kuthiwa yi-personal friend or best, which I've already alluded to. Into endiyenzayo mna, I speak to whoever is prepared to listen to me. And this has helped me quite a lot. You know, abantu, when you and also xa umamele abantu bethetha, you learn something obungayazi. Uyazi bhetere nobuyazi. That's the thing. And also to be sure of what we are saying. And to be ready to correct it if man said, but I call right. And in that way, I have noted you. All of that have assisted me to be able to not be scared. Nana phobia. yokuba umuntu uzandijongela phansi because i-problem yakho kaloku undijongela phansi ukundijongela phezulu still it's not necessary, it's not correct. Why? Because I mean, if I happen to have an opportunity, when I say about business, Tina, we help people. The reason why we help people, or I did help people a lot. If I can put test at the same time, I know. We are full of the
Yes.
I can't do what you want, culture. Yes, and get Nijena, esse não me sente, mas isso cai sagas, but what do you expect? So I'll give it to you. If you give it to me, be ready to take it back because I will return it in the interest, of course, if need be, because we have to. So what I'm saying, when you cannot kukumale. Especially nge school yabona mina koko ndaba ngikhusta nje ngiyaqala ubizwa ngalento leka sodolopha and it makes me nervous because that's not my title. Izawuxuthwa when I branded myself on the whole. In business, nobody knows about the chairman who has been in companies. No one knows except about the because I don't want that. I want to be Khusta Jack because that's all that belongs to me. The rest is those deputy mayor, and president. I've been president of things, I've been the chairman of this, I've been chairman of... No, never been called as a title. I don't believe in that. Because what I believe in, is what I can control. Yes. Khusta Jack is what I look at.
And yet,
that's all
we can tell.
I always say to people, brand yourself. Brand yourself, you will remain yourself. Yabona ingxaki yoba uzukhumbulela lokubana le ndawo yami ngokuba kunoba kwibhokhwe clever apha kwezibhokhwe kuthiwa zasebhayizini engqondo. Yazibhokhwe abaxolani bezibhokhwe zasebhayizini. Uxolani can stand there anyulwe ngabahlali. Then tomorrow, invitation ka-deputy mayor iyakulaa bhokhwe. Yibhokhwe kaloku ehleli phaya. Sisikhundla sika-deputy mayor singuwa ingokhusta nje. Umna abantu bathi ngokubathi abantu bayacaphuka bayabona xa ndiposta ezinto ndizenza myeke wena zizawuphela go and look what I've been posting for the last okoko zangena ezi post and what has been appearing in the papers and newspapers over the years. I'm there, never, even more than I'm doing now, by the way, because I used to travel overseas, go and speak in America, go and speak in Mexico, in Brazil, in the United Kingdom, Oxford University, Harvard Universities. I've been doing those things. Yes. Khusta Jack. So, if you are laughing with Khusta Jack, there's nothing going to happen.
How do we amplify the Khusta movement with Nzauti position of being deputy mayor? How do we amplify everything that you do? As someone who is close to your community, that means you know the real struggles. As corner, if we're talking about last week, we got a thing, I think a day before the shoot, Kukuskolo Eslapa Kwazakela Izundi, being a money regime for 2 months. Kucelwa ke ngabazali bamabazene 1 kg nezinye izinto to 8 phana esikolweni ngathi isanda ulungiswa izolo. I'm not really sure because ngifumene sekulate. So how do we amplify what you were doing in ensuring that njengoku deputy mayorship ifuthe lakho liyafakala? I think sisixhosa sabanye.
Yeah, look, I mean, what I can do as a deputy mayor, I will do it. I believe in the problems are solved holistically, not piecemeal. for example, ndizofaka itoilet apha, I can do that. Ndafaka itoilets maybe 6 apha, ndiyozifaka apha, ndiyozifaka. What does that mean? It's symbolic, but when I become a mayor, and then I say, I fight for into yoba bazifakwe ezi toilet phaya, zizawufakwa zibe yi-300. Nazi ezinye apha eNasika ngoku apha eBayland.
Yes.
Zikhona nezinye kwezinye indawo. Izindlu ziyakhiwa, you talk with the people that you work with. You influence that at a bigger scale.
Yes.
As opposed to into yoba ndenze into ye-vanity about myself, which I do anyway. At a limited area, but in the position Kanasika, that is why this position is useful. If I wanted to be the mayor, as you know.
Yes.
Of course, they can't even vote. But I told them what I can do, and they know it. But vote. Andingomeya ngokuthi umkhuseli Jack Jipa kuthi ndithi but it's fine kodwa ke ngalo mandla ke bandinikileyo I am going to fight into basingaxokisa abantu. If ba into ayikwazi ukwenzeka ayizukwenzeka. Hey man, izitori esizivayo zabantu shame zibuhlungu man. Yazi before I came here ndinosisa abayi-2 ebeze kum basebenza EPWP bobayi-2 into abandixelela zona. They were so painful, but baza kum, and more people baza bazothetha ezintweni. But yes, I can listen to you. That's for sure. But I don't want you to believe kuba ndithetha le nto ucinga because undixelele le nto umkhuseli ufuneka ilungisile. No, andikwazi. Ndizakuxelela uba ayikwazeki but ndiza kuyisabela, ndiza kuyikhangela, ndizawubuyela kuwe. Uba ndikwazi ubuyela kuwe, it's just one of the problems. I can't return to everybody who came to me. It's not possible. Yes. But on the holistic, yes, we must work for every South African. Country, it created opportunities for the South Africans. They competed to get those opportunities. You can't create high. Even in my private businesses, let me tell you this. I have bought Algoa FM with my friends. Oh, nice. And I can give you the figure. It was 8 million when we bought it. It turned over, is 6 million. By the time I sold it, it was more than 300 million it turned over. And by the time I left it, more than close to 70 employees. We take less than 5.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Now, I never put a single relative of mine there. Because umkhuseli Jack osuka on the same condition as Jingawo. Ekhaya ngani bayibe nguwe wedwa pha njengani lonke nithi nina nithi black tax lento yenu. Nina nithi black tax.
Ngibeleka sikugeneration eyi-1. Yabona webinar.
So yes, because that's the problem that we have Tina. Sonke siyafana. In my family, ndimdedwa umuntu oneziqualification endinazo. Yabo. So abakho abatsha ngokabazayo, but in my generation I'm the only one. So meaning that if babe ndingomnye njengabanye abantu into abazenzayo, fele wathi ufika esikhundleni faka ifamily yakho yonke. Even a boardwalk, you know that I was a chairman of the boardwalk for more than 5 years. I was there from the beginning. I was one of the investors there, and the shareholder, and the director. I never put a single family member there. Not a single one. Never. I can detail that. There were more than 2,000, 3,000 people about employee. They will say, you are hey, why don't do that.
Yes.
And if I buy a company, even nobody take the company, once you come to buy, I'll give you an opportunity. Because can you imagine? The Susa didn't solve a problem. The Sunda sister one or by a stratway. Why would I do that? I will never do that. I haven't done that. So humanity, it was natural. it was not inculcated, zange ndiyifundiswe yabo, but ivele yazenzekela ngokubona kwami ndaqonda ndiyazikhethela uba I will always be on the side of humanity.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Do you want to be a president of South Africa?
Of what?
South Africa?
Oh, no, not now. I can't. I can't now. I don't think. Yo! No, I don't want to. I can't. By the way, I won't be able to be one. Because I know kukho izinto already endizibolayo uba ndiyasilela kuzo. Like, I mean, as you grow, enye into ke yena umosinani ezinto zenu kaloku yoba you are after abantu abadala basi-weak into. But let me tell you, si-weak on certain things. For example, ekubalekeni, the physical capabilities, the memory, njalo. As you go older, you lose that a little bit. That is rugby. No matter how brilliant I am now, I can tell you how to play rugby, but I can't do it. Simple. So, age, that's what it does.
Yeah.
You get experience and you get amava, and then xa young unamandla. That is why young people funeka bagayidwe ngabantu abanamava khona ukuze amandla wabo bawasebenzise ngendlela eyiyo, the way thina sasigadwa ngayo ngoongoyi noofazi nabanye abantu. And then it wasn't ezanto ndizibona ndizithetha phaya kwezaa video, that was not my wisdom. It was just what I needed to have at that time, is to have the memory and be able to listen and be able to repeat what the people say. Uzayibeka ngohlobo lethu le, uthethe ngohlobo. So ndizama ukuthi going forward now mna ke la break lena benithetha ngayo yokukhusa abantwana. Yes, that did take off the sharpness from me. Because ukhumbule, no matter how good emculweni wakho poetry yakho nantoni oyenzayo, ukuba uyipractice, you're gonna lose it.
Yes.
Yabo? So I have that period from 90 uyotsho ngo-2021. Yabo? I have been not under pressure ukuba mandisebenzise imemory yam, mandithini, maqaphela into ezininzi. So namba nje. So that leaves me with a gap, which will take away that ability over Sitimba. I will be able to take up a bigger job. I can take it symbolically, but for me, I don't think I would be as effective as I would have been had I stayed right through. Yabo?
I know, because that is no, the honesty. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people that don't want to detach from their ambition.
Yeah.
Because we want it possible, because nabanye bayenzile at that particular age. But I'm become honest with themselves to say, I like this, I like that, I won't be able to do it, so let me just detach from it.
Yeah.
So I really
if you've been running, you will always run better than a person who's trying now to run. I mean, yeah, players even rugby zethu. When they started to play after COVID, and you could see when they pick up then they go back to that. But luckily for him, that's 2 years. For me, from 1990 to 2021,
31 years.
it's a lot. How many?
31.
Yeah, it's a lot. You can't. That's why I'm saying to you, even the memory, even the ability. Can you imagine now? Khusta kabaleke ngokubheke enqadu ukhinkathazo pa. By the time I get there, I will be so tired because I'm not used to that. I travel long distances, but this is all day. That's not the same as it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
To the extent that what I have worked on for Lento, even what I was doing, I wasn't coming in here because I want to be a mayor. If I wanted to be a mayor or a council, I would have done it. In 1990, I was called in. In 1994, I was in the list, top list of ANC, Daddy Parago 20. Yeah, we listed national.
And also,
so I never took it. But the problem came over. Now, German I want to pull us back on track. This is the same way. Once was up, we're in the nice smooth playing field. Anyone unako ibhexesha inqwelo ke ngoku yabo ibheke phambili. But ngoku le ndawo ikuyo ngoku, in my wisdom, I might be wrong, I might be right, I think so. Ndithi ke lam, ndifuna urhuqi inqwelo ndizoyibeka esiporweni. And then xa lapha esiporweni, at least umuntu akanasi temptation isihendo soba uyibuyisele back phaa ematyholweni nasemaweni, and then we can be okay. And I was thinking that that will be done if I became a mayor. I was going to do it, even a deputy mayor, over a period of 2 to 3 years. The most 2.5 years. That's what I set myself up from the beginning.
Who are you growing currently?
Now we got quite a number of people back with AIM. We got quite a number of young people. They are dynamic. And uzababona, they are being deployed all over. And they got uzababona bazabayilento sifuna babe yiyo. I don't want them to win debates go to Gabad by humiliating people. If babuyazi into yichicwaka. Uyibuze, and then you come and debate. Don't bring people down. Don't undermine abantu. Don't degrade abantu. Even if umuntu was less than you, just take him through. And then in that way, you're going to win the respect. And once you win the respect, uzaba inkokheli ke ngoku. Engaxhomekanga kwi-populism. Uthetha into ezingadibani apha. Uthi uzakwenza lena. Because I can say, hayi, izaba umbane wonke ukhaya uzaba nombane apha.
Yeah. And also, Khusta, when will the time come? When will the time be right for sibeke names to these people that are being groomed, as I say? Because I'm asking this question because I once wrote a message to Unjengeli, and I said, with all due respect, I feel that the one thing that fails UDM currently is the fact that the UDM Unjengeli. And we can't separate UDM from Unjengeli all the time. It's almost like that's why UDM yathetha funeka subone ubuso bakhe. And I wouldn't want to experience the same happening with the AIM. That the only face we know and listen and voice we listen to is yours. Let's see, we know I'm not gonna speak at that one. I'm what because you've got it in you, because you are being groomed for this. We need to
actually that's what we are doing now. I mean, you will see that quite a number of different people now are talking, and they are writing things, and at the moment we are also involved. So we face as we understand it. At the level kamasipala, I must demonstrate we want to show
integrity.
Yeah, we will bring integrity to that. I stick to that. And I work as much as I can. And I see to it that as I know that you must have a plan where you are starting to do what you are talking about instead of keeping on talking about it. Uzawulungisa potholes, uzawulungisa potholes. Akho one oyilungisayo. Now we can show that we have done hundreds, tens of thousands of potholes already. We have already fixed leaks ezenzekayo zamanzi. We have avoided day zero. That would have already been upon us if we didn't come in. And then says augmenta water amanzi esimazi ngokuthi sizise ezinye indlela zokufumana amanzi ezifana nokwahumba phansi komhlaba kwakunye nowarhuqa usuka kude le enasika eGqili. What we call used to be called the Orange River. And because amadama ethu alapha omile. And I'm telling you, if we didn't have that plan of doing one thing at a time, instead of talking about everything, we would have been without water now as we speak. And equally, with this investment, we are trying to say to our people, yes, hate business, it's not business, but remember, you are sitting with children at home who are not employed. Those children, Gelishwa, are going to be employed by a person who has a business. And unfortunately, Uhulumende is not going to create jobs as aneleyo for bakuqeshwa abantwana bethu. Therefore, we need to encourage business people. Zibona ba zinako uzofaka imali yazo apha.
Yes.
Kungekho mpambano. Umuntu ayazi into yoba they will be as fairness kangangoko kunobakho, which is what we are doing now. And ongcokankulu ke abantu abanemali, it is only them who can create job. Uba ungongxowa nkulu, you are not going to create job. Uzayicreate ngantoni ungenamali? Because ii-jobs createwa ngokuthi you buy machinery, you buy equipment, you employ people, you buy material, and then you supply that. Ukwenza loo nto leyo, uba nabantu bokwenza loo nto yonke, and you create jobs. Loo nto leyo ifuna ntoni? Ifuna umntu onemali. So thina sithi hayi umuntu othetha kakhulu nothukisa kakhulu nguye ozasenzela ijob. Uzakwazi njani? He can't. And then that money ke ngoku eyenziwa ngulo ngxowankulu uthela ngayo, lo mtyala imali, lo mntu unemali, takes that money, gives it to estate siyazithathela nge-tax. And laa mali yiyo ke lena ibhatalela abantu abangakwaziyo ukuzisebenzela. Yabo? Iimpula zikajaca zixhamla kuloo nto leyo, kubekho ezi pension funeka zibe khona. Uyabona ngoku sisemngciphekweni noba le pension ikhoyo ingafikelela esiphelweni yona qha.
Usasa.
Ndithela lo mkhulu, not even le ye-35. Le ye-35 i-fiction le bayenzayo. Ye-350. I-fiction there. That's not real money. And bayenza laa nto just nje to bribe abantu yabo. They know they cannot afford it. If you can afford it, pay it. But I know but they cannot afford it. Kai no by ANC Gladba.
Yes, all right. Podcast.
It's a podcast.
It's a podcast.
Okay. The ANC idaladba to preserve ourselves ihlale apha. Masenze nantoni na? Abantu ubanga bayiphelile laa nto anyway. Mhlawumbi iyawuphela i-5 years sabe sesiphumile. Sesingasanidi umsebenzi. Sesipakishe ii-pensions zethu zangaka. Abantwana bomnina ke ngoku
So ingxaki
bayofunda phantsi kwemithi. Laa yenzeke eZimbabwe.
manditye ngondise lapha maphakathi.
Yes, yeah.
Then ndiphume.
Yeah. Uba ndiphuma phaya imiphanda yomile, tough luck. That's what they are doing. Look, the issue of the water here, abantu bathela ngezi leaks, ne? Ezi leaks zenzeka simply because since 1994 we have not improved the infrastructure.
Yes.
Ehambisa amanzi.
No renovations.
Yeah, now these pipes are rotten. They are broken. Uyandibiza apha ndizolungisa ugqabke phaya. Undibize phaya ugqabke phaya. Precisely because we did not maintain them. We did not have a plan to repair. Uzukhumbule abantu abehlala beBhayi babebonelelwa ngalamanzi akhoyo. Babeba close to 250,000 xa. Namhlanje you speak of 1.2 million.
Yeah.
What is that? I mean, what capacity you don't have?
Yeah.
You don't,
Yes.
you see? Exactly. So what we need to do is to make sure. That is why sinazo nezingxaki nako Eskom nentuntunu. Eskom ke yena wamoshwa i-corruption. Nokufakwa kwenansiya kwezituji abantu iitshomi zam. Which is the most dangerous thing to do. Uthatha iitshomi zakho uzifake ba. Hayi Khusta yeza fundi kathatha apha. Yi-engineer hayi nxiba idyasi emhlophe uze bazacinga uyi-right. Ufake idyasi emhlophe xa ibe ubhale engineer bazaphendula kuwe. What happens? Ke ufumane ezaa nkathazo sizifumanayo. That's why singengxaki esikhulu.
Ndinewari nje masihleli apha because I'm thinking ayikapheli le conversation and ayikazophela. It's really much longer because now I've still got so many questions of when we're speaking about employment in particular, because I'm an arts activist. I want to run quickly to that because part with 10-point plan, ndiyafuna libhalwe gama arts and culture. Or creative sector. Andikalibayi because kudala ndiza.
Hayi man.
Kanti creative sector. Ukhona sports kodwa yena.
Okay, no I guess iphazame apho. Sicinga usports
all encompassing. Bayathanda I needed to be there specifically. And also speaking about that.
But if you remember, when I started, idea I used to write more about role art. Yakubula lento yam yokuba ndibuyele iqale ngexesha kwi-COVID. Ndizihlelele phaya nditshwayita sikandibona ingxaki nentuntu. Ndathi into ezasikhulula yinto yobana siphucule inkcubeko yethu ezemidlalo,
I remember.
njalo, yabo.
Yes, yes.
I wrote a lot about that. Ndibhayise kwinantsika kwinto yoba ngo-1929, after 1929, after the Great Depression yama-America, uRoosevelt, eyona nto bayenzayo kuze ama-America atshатshele ngolu hlobo kwezemidlalo. Kwaya kwinto yokobana kumidlalo, imiculo, nee-plays, neentonto, nee-films, neentonto. Urhulumente wayazi into at that point of the nation, when it was so down and out, it was bad. At that time, amadoda yayiphuma indoda ingenxa umnqwazi wayo ingena apha esitratweni ingabe bendibona. In the United States, more than 1 million men walked into the street. They were never to be seen again, leaving their moms, their grandmothers, their children, everything behind, because of inzingo zokuphelelwa lithemba. Xa ngekho nto ibonayo uba ingakuphumeza kule nto ukuyo, ufikelele kuloo nto uba mawunikeze bahamba abantu, yabo. So what they did in America, in most places, amangcwaba yipaka ongaciba yo yipaka yeChristmas at any given time, because zalungiswa ngelaa xesha. Inasi iiforo ezinto zamanzi, ii-canals, zenziwa ngelaa xesha. Utyalo lwemithi, kubekho imithi emininzi. Kafancinga apha ukuthi nobody in the leaders esinazo up to now who thinks into yoba masityaleni imithi siyiprotecte in order to avoid i-climate change ingazozinza. Nobody cares about that. Yenziwa loo nto. So then kuze industry yomculo, entertainment industry, ikhule ibe nje. In America, you need one record, and then you make it for life. You get one film, okanye road that could take you forever because of the size of the economy. Yayiplaniwe loo nto leyo.
Unongena ithi in your 10-point vision, youth and women development, we aim to drive programs that will keep the Nelson Mandela Bay youth off the streets and out of the courts through a focus on skills development and sport participation by providing them with a resource base that allows them to seek out future opportunities. Siyayidinga ke Khusta.
Insertion in the word.
I will say sisingesi, ndibethwe sisingesi.
Yeah. No. Iyadingeka la insertion because I want to say this here, Kim.
No, I think wawuyireyizile le nto. I don't know why I didn't. Because I didn't. When artists abantu basidirector kwezinye izinto zininzi esasiziphoste siyifake. Nalena I know into yoba yayireyiziwe. That's why I was thinking yosinayo, but okay, that image is not there.
The reason I'm specific about this is
creative industry.
Creative industry, yes. I'm trying to align with something I just commented on. We could post uthetha Real Housewives of Gqeberha.
Yes.
And I commented and I said, yes, you're not playing actually because there's a template to that thing. It's a franchise. Bafuna la drama nandoni, right? However, it is on us to note what these things are doing and learn something or two from them, create those opportunities within. Yes. Currently, right now, there's excitement is high about it. We've got Gqeberha the Empire. We just ended off the Housewives of Gqeberha, the Bala Brothers
I
on TV.
I support
yes,
all of that.
And the Bala Brothers now on TV. We've got
came from the Metro.
We came from the Metros and the Eastern Cape, did quite well there. So all of that for me says it was the film industry. I'm a poet, but I do want to say it clearly. Yeah. The film industry is in a position to create a lot of employment for the people of the city. And it ain't only about creative practitioners. Detector from cleaners, caterers, And I think it is very important that we somehow find influence within movements like AIM to say, in the creative sector, that when a poetic soul creates one program, anywhere 350,000, she's in a position to employ 30 people.
Yeah.
How much more when she's given 1 million?
Exactly.
Right? How many opportunities can come out of that? How do we then feed what's already happening in these potholes, Sizizo, and give these people the opportunities to create further employment opportunities. Because that way, we change the face of the city.
Yeah.
When the people are getting money, the people are more confident. The people spend, money rotates in and amongst themselves. And I think for the longest time, arts and culture, that's why I insist on creative industries. Arts and culture was put more as a developmental tool, as a thing, as the 10-point plan says, to keep the youth off the street.
Yeah.
But right now, if we can change that languaging to developing, taking now, move from the development of people to the development of a city, but still utilize our creativity.
Yeah.
I believe that we can create so much employment. Jonga Apas Banga, there's close to 8 people. Did you understand? Just here,
I saw that.
We still don't have administrators for this project. We don't have a legal team for this project. There's so much more that can expand out of this. And I'm begging the case for the creative industries that they be recognized as a great employer in the space, especially a developing city like Gqeberha, because currently it focuses on the Eastern Cape with all these productions that are coming here. And it would be wise for us to note that Gqeberha can easily become a culture capital.
You know, you are so right. Look, I mean, when it comes to arts, when it comes to the film industry or trying to support our films and so on here, I mean, a good people that you could talk to. Nkolomba dragged me to King Williamstown, to Ginsberg, to promoting those when I had time. And on numerous occasions, I helped him and he used me and I promote his things because I believe in that. And then, yes, that guy. Luzuko Dilima. Ask Luzuko Dilima how I went to Indonesians to try and stop a bully. Because umntana wazilwela uLuzuko ngendlela zakhe wayotsho to the top ubhaqwa phaya zibig fish zifuna umnansi umtyumzi. You know, things like those, and then we fought for we worked together and tried to help. But recently, talking about the film industry, it's sad that as we know that, but Gelishwa ngoku uyabona i-politicians zethu ezisinazo ngelishwa zikhaphukhaphu on i-experience yezinye izinto. For example, as we speak, take for the next 5 years new Nazca production, film production, as ababantu apa kuthi, and they want this thing, and you tell abantu I understand it, I appreciate it. And now recently, okay, I hope Premier was really supportive. There's a guy, MK. I did introduce Ulizuko kuyo. I mean, and he's coming up with a thing, the young Jesus, a film on the young Jesus. And this thing got sold right through in America and don't do. They want just to come and do it here. But in red tape here too, I can tell you it has killed that thing. But I understand kulomlo wethu ukuba kuhleli nje kuyaqiqaniswana kunzima ukuba ku-appreciate le nto azinayo. Bamamele and so on, bayamzama ukumamela. But the speed at which we have to do this thing, because laa nto uJesus, the feeling of Jesus, it will start, suppose by ibe Middle East at best. Ibe Morocco. But they decided that like 10% of that will be done in Nansika in Morocco. The rest will be done here. We'll create the Nansika here. And we'll create the studios here to do it here. Of that budget. Now, befuna uzawumisa a similar Nansika here. Studios as far as I say because they can't do it anymore there. They can't take new people. So they found another, because you must get the right place for this scene. The sunshine yakho funeka ibe right, the weather, yonke loo nto leyo funeka ivumelane. So the next place from Cape Town is this one.
Yes.
And kurhuqwa iinyawo.
So what we can say, Tina, as creatives, is ifuthe siliva oqala even though zikhona izitrayiti ezininzi ezenziweyo ezibonakalisayo uba aba bantu bayifuna le nto, and esixesha lihamba kuyabonakala uba there's a lot of employment that can come from le nto, not kubantu abazawuma estage babe zii-artists themselves, but bazawunceda uthungayo. Xa uzawuya kwi-metros uzawuthungelwa ngubani walapha, everyone is getting paid. So andiyani uba ikhona indlela that we as artists can intervene khona mhlawumbi apho xa kuzayoxoxwa phana ngento yoba makuzi-studios from Cape Town zize kweli cala, and be able to say, look guys, sikhona siyayibona, like if nina ni-understanding, because your minds are rigid, you're politicians and you're only moving lane and say you have a tunnel vision, we can state our case.
But you got fortunately now, you got a good friend.
Yes.
Yes.
He has been pushing these things, and he has been pushing them very hard.
Yes.
I mean, things are happening. So I think I'm not
engaged.
Yeah, engage them now. I wish you guys, you should go and meet him urgently on these matters in his razor now. And I think, Kubani nina no agitator for what you believe in. The worst thing is for you to uyochokbeka nje hayi yodikhuqula ukhonkwathana sukhuphuka khonkwothe ade ahlale phansi umuntu ayimamele into ithethayo izakwenzeka. So we need to create that, because yabona kaloku thina apha bafuna ukuthatha ezinto mhlawumbe uyoyibeka kwindawo engafaneleka. Yes, you could have it will be cheaper maybe abantu if unoyifaka mhlawumbe, let's say a coffee bay. But the problem is this thing idishana ne-flights, the infrastructure of a developed Nansika Ghana. Let's develop it somewhere up easy, izinto zonke accessible. Then you can duplicate it. Ubheka kwezinye indawo, because infrastructure izabe ikho apha. Abanye abantu bathi hayi iya eCleplat because akuphangelwa pha. No, you can't. eCleplat uyalokho uzawufuna iglobe yento ethile ayikho. Funeka udrive ubuyele eBhayi. Funeka ufuna into yini. So you first start it up eBhayi. Usondeze ke usondeze. That is how you develop things.
Khusta,
as I say, kukho lento ithi ukuvuthwa kwequnube ayingomwana wemfene.
Okay.
Meaning that what you wish for, yabona imfene ilambile ibona iqunube kwalinga, but ngelishwa iqunube lihlaza. Umwana waye kuba ungavuthwa nje iqunube. That is life. But we need to just be patient and start to push. Until there's those we need to fight in the urban. Successful guy. That's another problem. Because abantu bamotsha ubona wena ukuthi umntana kabani lo mntana uthwele yonke into iwinwa nguye yazimisela umntana kabani makathweni bethu
So ngokusetsha bahlenge Khusta bathi imali.
That was
Gatekeepers,
no guys, I mean, keep it up. I'm very happy with what you are doing, and I want you to succeed in what you are doing. And believe one thing, it's not going to happen simply because you say so. It's going to happen because you are doing something about it. It's the operational word is doing.
Yes.
Everybody can speak. If composition writing about that, we will all offer but reduce it to action and doing. Just do. Hard work pays. I always like to tell young people this. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali had a big mouth, but he could match his mouth.
Yes, I think that's a great point to end it. Thank you very much, Khusta, for your time.
Thank you so much,
everything.
Ephondweni. I think we must have him back though sometime.
We'll
Always.
And a more, you know.
I love it. Ephondweni.
See you next time, Ephondweni. Thank you. It's a wrap.